What is going on? How's everybody doing? We're back again, live again on Thursday. I hope everybody's doing well. Um, Again, my name's Cliff. For those of you all who don't know who I am, I'm Cliff. But let me know. Here's one thing. Let me know if you like Thursdays for these little talks that we do. Let me know in the chat if you like. If Thursdays is a good day. I'm thinking about doing Wednesdays. We'll see. We'll see. Wednesdays, maybe like a good midweek time where we can have a little talk, a little discussion about things or whatever, and kind of just move with it like that. So, again, I'm thankful to be here again. Another great day. We made it another week. I'm thankful to God for that. It's a great time. I want to shout out Kayla. Kayla, thank you for the suggestion for the restream. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet, but I'm gonna check it out. But I appreciate you for giving me some suggestions. Just trying to make things better. I absolutely appreciate it. The reason I didn't do it is because we've been on vacation. Family and I, we were at the beach just chilling. And I'm gonna tell you what, if I stayed one more day, I might have stayed down there and not come back up. But anyway, it's just a cool time. It was a really great time at the beach, sitting out there with the sun. My sons were out on the beach playing in the water. My wife and I were just sitting there, just looking at. I can look at the water for hours. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. But shoot, if you're a beach person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I tell you what, 2018, we went. Adrian and I, we went to the Dominican Republic, and I almost didn't come back. I almost changed my name. It stayed down there. I almost left with an accent. They thought I was one of them, actually. So it was pretty cool. But anyway, let's get into this. I got a couple thoughts I just kind of wanted to talk about this morning, just to maybe help somebody get some insight into their life. So anyway, last week we talked a little bit about. I got a statement from my business mentor, and he talks about being, doing, and having. And the way God set it up, talking about in Genesis, is that He created us to be, right, so that we can then become the person that can do the things that we need to do, so that we can then have what He wants for us to have in our lives. So, it's just a great way to remember how God just set it up. He programmed it into life and the way it is. So if we operate based on the principles, they'll always work. It'll work for anybody. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, what you have in your background, what you have in your bank account. If you understand and utilize the principles, then it'll work. So just want somebody to just plug that in there. So that's the way God set it up. So today, I just want to talk a little bit. I'm gonna give, every week on this, I'll give just a little scripture. I'm not going to have a whole lot of scripture passages, but Word of God is true. So anyway, I'm going to Proverbs 24. And we'll read from 1 to 7. It's really, really good passage. And it says this: don't be jealous of crooks or want to be their friends. All they think about and talk about is violence and cruelty. Now, here's the part I kind of really want to focus on. Verse 3 says, use wisdom and understanding to establish your home. Let good sense fill the rooms with priceless treasures. Wisdom brings strength and knowledge brings power. Type in power in the chat. I don't know if you listen to me. Type power in there. But it says, so wisdom brings strength, knowledge brings power. Battles are won by listening to advice and making a lot of plans. So making plans is a great thing. It's necessary. It's right here in the scripture. It's true. But I want to go back to verse 3. It says, use wisdom and understanding to establish your home, right? Wisdom and understanding. So I just kind of want to focus on the wisdom because we're talking about being, doing, and having. So to become your best you, my best me, we have to use wisdom. But in the Bible, wisdom isn't just, he or she is using their, they're making a wise choice or they're wise in this. Wisdom is also equivalent to skill. Wisdom is applied truth and over again until it becomes mastered, and then it becomes a skill, something that you do effortlessly. So that is another part of the definition of wisdom. So to get wisdom, we got to learn how to learn something new, right? I don't know how many people have learned something new or trying to learn something new right now. If you haven't in a while, it's time to step up and learn something new, all right? So I'm learning some things right now. Anytime I'm introduced to somebody else or something or a concept that I'm learning or that I've already learned, I'm going to do my best to share it with you. So, and a lot of times, here's one thing: we pray and ask God for the answer to things, and we're looking for insight to things so we can do better and become better, and so we can live that cool life. Whatever. But a lot of times, we will ask God to give us insight and wisdom, but then we'll want Him to bring it a certain way. So sometimes the answer may not come in the avenue or the person that you think, or a likeness of a person that you may think. So sometimes it may come from somebody much older than you, maybe even come from somebody that's younger than you, but an expert in that area, or may look differently than you. But just be aware, keep your eyes open, that the answer may not come the way you want God to send it. A lot of times we miss it because I want God to send me the answer. But not only will I want Him to send me the answer, I want Him to send it to me through somebody that looks like that and talks like that or sounds like that or presents themselves. Sometimes you got to keep your eyes open because the answer might have missed you because you were looking for it to come through one door and it came to the other. So anyway, I don't know why I'm sweating up here, but let's get it. So there's a gentleman, an expert. He's an expert in learning. His name is Matt DeMaio. He's an older gentleman out of New York. Let's say seasoned gentleman out of New York. If you go to YouTube and type in 6 Steps to Learning by Matt DeMaio, DINAIO, it's a really, really good video about the steps to learning. And what I'm finding out and what I learned in my life is if it's difficult, okay, fine. But it's more difficult if you're in difficulty or if you're going through something tough and you don't understand. But it's a little easier to deal with if it's tough, but you understand what's going on, because then it gives you gives you the ability to keep moving even though you know it's tough, because you know what to expect coming up next. So 6 Steps to Learning. I'm gonna give you the 6 steps by Matt DeMaio, and then we'll just go from there. If we good, we good. Everybody, we good? If you're still with me. All right. So the first step to learning something new and getting wisdom, like we just read about in Proverbs, is the first step to learning something new. You want to learn a new language. You want to learn how to code. You want to learn how to build an online business. You want to learn how to play the new instrument. You want to do something new. The first step to learning is rejection. And this is where I've started a whole lot of things in my life, and I stopped at step 1. Step 1 to learning something is actually rejecting it in your mind. So we have to understand that our mind is not us. It's a part of us, but it's not us. So if we learn how our mind operates, then we can control it, and then we keep moving forward in ways that we weren't able to do before, right? So our mind, the way it works is the first time it's introduced to new information, it rejects it, something new. What? How in the world am I going to learn? I don't know anything about this. I ain't never had any background in it. I don't know what in the world how am I going to learn this? I don't get it. So that's the first step, is rejection, right? So a lot of us stop at the rejection. Stop at, oh, I can't do this. Let me go and try to do something else. When really, if we understood the steps, we'd be like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to reject this in the beginning. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be foreign to me. Oh, let's go on to step 2. So in that, I want you to know that failure doesn't have to be fatal. It doesn't have to be fatal. Actually, failure is something that you can learn from so that you can do it the second time better. So you won't make the same mistakes the first time. If you go through the failure and learn from it, and then move on to the second thing. That's how we progress and get better, right? All right. So in between each step, the theme is keep going. You got me? Keep going. So the first one is rejection. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's frustrating me. I feel like I want to put it down. All right. The next thing, the second step is maybe, but not for me. Or like maybe for them because they've done it or they're doing it, but I don't know if I can do it. Right. That's the second step to learning. But you're still on the path to learning. That's just the second step. Right. So don't get frustrated right there. Just understand, oh, I feel like they only people like that can do it. You just started. So keep going. Keep going. Right? The third step is it might work. So now you're getting to the place because you continue to take the steps in learning this thing. You got frustrated, but you just kind of just kept doing the things and doing it. And here's another thing. You can't do something fast or something effortlessly or something easily until you've done it slowly. So start and do it slowly. And don't put a time limit on what you're trying to learn. Oh, I'm gonna learn this in 2 weeks. Man, it may take a little longer. But if you stay with it, don't put a time period on it, and just allow yourself to go through the process, you will get there and you'll look back and be like, wow, this is so easy, but I remember when it was so hard. I hope you feel it. I hope you feel it. I'm trying to do things, I'm trying to communicate things that people can actually tangibly use so they can really move their life to the next level. So anyway, so where was I? Step 2, maybe, but it's not for me, right? Then keep going, keep going. Step 3 is, it might work. So you're beginning to see a little light. It's in there. You're starting to see a little blink, little light here, a little light there. So okay, maybe it might work. But you're continuing to go through the process. It might work. Then step 4 is, okay, so you keep going, and at a certain amount of time you get to step 4. Oh, I get it. I agree with it now. I get that. Oh, okay, now I understand it. I can see it, right? The word of God in Proverbs said to get understanding. And let me go back to it. Let's read it real quick. I can take all the time I need. I'm on my own time. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Where was it? Use wisdom and understanding to establish your home, right? Understanding. So now I get it. I understand. Okay, I agree with it. I basically get it. I got the concept. It's starting to come to me. I get it. Okay, but that's where a lot of other people stop. That's where school stops, is just memorizing stuff or seeing the concept on the board. Or I saw something and I understand it, or I know a few Spanish words, I understand it. But that's not the end of it. Just memorizing something or understanding the concept of something is not the same thing as learning it. That's just a kind of understanding the concept. So keep going, keep going. To the next step is 5, I can do it. So now you've taken what you understand and you've applied it, and you've gone through the bumps and bruises of learning how to, of applying it. So now you've learned it because now you can do it. Not only do you know it, now you can do it, right? That's step 5, right? But that's not it. One more step, right? So you can do it. Maybe depending on who you are, where you are, you can do it at certain levels. You may be good right here, get better, but you can now do it. Not only do you know it, you can apply it. Then the last thing is, now when you get to the mastery level of it, is now you can teach it to somebody else. You can tell somebody else how to do it. And once you've gotten to that level and you continue to go through that, because the more you teach something, the better you understand it, so you're really teaching yourself as you're teaching other people how to do it. There's a lot of business opportunities in that kind of thing. Teaching other people something that you've begun to master. And really, here's another thing. If you're starting something and you, like say you want to coach or you want to be a mentor or whatever, all you got to do is be a couple steps ahead of somebody else to be able to teach them something that they didn't know. So you don't have to have a doctorate in something to be able to pour into somebody else. I hope somebody's feeling me right here. Hope you're feeling it. So step 6 is I taught it. I taught it to someone. I showed them how to do that thing. Right? So now you're helping somebody else, and in the process, you're getting better and your mastery level is going higher. And if you understand all of these, now you can apply this to anything in your life, whether it's business, whether it's understanding the word of God, whether it's your relationships, whether it's parenting, whether it's you're trying to dating, whatever. If you begin to put these principles into your learning, now you got the power to do anything that you ever want to do. But you just have to know where you are in the process. You got to ask yourself, where am I in this process? Am I rejecting this? Do I think it's just for them and not for me? Or is it, okay, I kind of see it might work. Keep going to the point to where you can teach it to somebody else. I hope somebody's with me. I'm getting a little fired up. All right. So that was it. Once you identify where you are in the 6 steps, now you just know what to expect next. You know what the next level is, right? So I should have brought a towel here. Somebody. But anyway, all right. So that's kind of just what I wanted to share with you all this morning. I hope I didn't bore you. I hope somebody got something out of it. But as I progress, look, I'm after it. Like wherever God is showing me, I'm going to take that thing, I'm going to digest it. Here's another thing. When we're learning stuff, like if you got a home study course or if you have something you learn in school, whatever, here's a little tip that I learned from Dr. Myron Golden. This is what you do. You go through it, don't take any notes. Go through the whole course, don't take any notes. Listen to the whole whatever, don't take any, read the chapter, don't take any notes. Just skim through it, just to familiarize yourself with it. Then go back to the beginning and then take notes and try to implement as you go through the second time, as you're taking your notes. And that's a way to get through stuff and actually get some results from what you're trying to learn. So anyway, hope that helps somebody. Look, we're all getting better. Do you have any suggestions or anything? I was going to play I'm going to figure out how to get some music streaming for this so we can make it sound good. I don't want to just do stuff. So I'm stepping in and I'm doing it, but I want to do it the best that I can. It may not be perfect, but I want to do it the best that I can and then build on that as time passes. So I want to figure out how to get some music streamed through this and sound right. I hope it sounds right on YouTube. If not, let me know in the chat. And we're going to move forward. So anyway, hey y'all, I love y'all. We're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep moving forward. I just want the best for everybody, and I'm trying to be the best that I can be as time passes. So anyway, love y'all, and I'll check y'all next time.